Welcome to another session. Here we're going to see how to make a basic REST example using node.js. We're also going to try and send the same student object and some fields from the API from the front end to the server and eventually try and fetch some information back. So first, let's open a terminal. Okay, I'm going to go to my desktop and basically write in npx create express API, and we give a name to the application. We can say, okay, student. What this will basically do is create all the components that are required for a REST API in Node, put them all together into package, and install all the dependencies. It should take a few seconds. Once there, we'll cd into student and basically write code dot to open Visual Studio Code. Okay, here you'll notice there is a source folder, there's a test folder, there's a package.json. This is where all the dependencies are kept. So here under the API folder, you'll see something called emojis and index. We'll create a new file here called student.js. This is essentially where a majority of our code will go in. So first, we will import Express. Express is a framework which allows you to write HTTP codes very easily. We'll have to declare a router, and then essentially we have to specify the get, post, all those routes. And for that, essentially we can do something like this for read all. So it's router.get slash we declare the request object, the response, the next. Similarly, all the others. So we can do read one with an ID, create one is just slash again, update one, we need an ID, and simply delete one, we need an ID. Then we have the module.routes. We have to export the router. Now, this is just the core outer framework, right? We still have to write what needs to be done when read all is called. And for that, we have to, let's say, just send a message to test the first code. Under read all, we want to hit enter and basically put in a message saying hello, read all is being called. Now, in the index.js, we need to declare our student route. So I'm going to declare a student object and ask it to include student on there. Yeah, okay. And basically, we're going to ask the router to use student. Okay. We also have the app.js. This is the primary file which this node is going to use. Here you'll have the .env declaration for env file. We have to create one also. And basically the base API declares here. So our API is going to be slash API slash v1 slash student. Now for the env, we need to create a file outside at source level and so env. And in the env, basically we'll have to declare the node environment and a port number. Between this index and JS, we should be all good to go. We can open a terminal, basically write 1 second, just checking if everything is all right. Yeah, npm run dev. If everything is all right, you should say C starting node. Now to test the API, we can either use Postman or use something like Insomnia, and where you can just simply type in localhost 5000, that's the port we gave, slash API slash v1 slash student, and this is a get, and we are saying get all. If all goes right, we should get a message, hello, read all. Perfect. Now similar do that, let's give messages to all the other codes here. So let's say read one is this. Similarly, we'll create one. Let's do that. Then we'll have one in update. Okay. And then in delete one. Currently, we are not really doing any operation. We are simply sending a message. This is the equivalent of a hello world, the REST API. You will notice each time we press save, the server is completely restarted. It's a hard deploy. So at the same, when we come here, even if we say post and /student, we should see create one. If we say put and /student, see this will give you an error because put is expecting an ID. So what we should give is an ID in front, and we should get a message. Similarly, delete with the ID, we'll get delete one. And lastly, get, if you want to get a particular student, get one is hello read one. That's it for the class today. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.